Okay, now we're good to go. All right, so let's take a look at what pages we're going to need for today's lesson. So today's video is actually going to be quite short. Sorry, guys, I just got something popping up on my computer. Okay, today's video is going to be quite short, but you're going to have a lot that you need to do independently and with your teacher. So you need, this is lesson 8, by the way. You're going to need page 53, 55, 57, and 59. Let me hold that up for you so that you can see 53, 55, 57, 59. Go ahead and pause this right here, get out those 4 pages, and then we're going to be looking at page 53 first. All right, so we are going to be continuing today with our number patterns. But what you're going to do today, and if you look at all these different pages, you're going to notice they all look really similar. We're going to be creating 2 lines, and then we are going to plot both lines on our grid, and we're going to answer the questions, what do we notice about our lines? Okay, so you're going to notice that it's got what line it is, and then a rule that comes there, and what line and a rule. And we're going to fill in our charts that we see here. Now, I'm going to have 2 different colors of to write with. So you might want like a pen and a pencil, or maybe a colored 2 colored pencils from your pouch, something that maybe has 2 different colors so that you know what each one's going to be. So I'm going to do line A is going to be with my black pen, and then line B I'm going to do with my purple. Just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to tell. I can put that there, okay? So let's look at my tables first, and then we'll look into the actual plotting of the points. So this says rule is y is 2 more than x, okay? So we know y is going to be 2 more. So if x is 1, y is 3. If x is 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. Okay, so what did I do? I basically just added 2 to each of my x values. So then my coordinate pairs, taking my x first, would be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13, 15. Hopefully that's not anything new, guys, looking here. X is going to be my first number, and y is my second number. All right, and then my purple, y is 5 more than x. So this was 5 more, this was 2 more. So 5 more, so this is going to be plus 5. So 0 and then plus 5 is 5. 5 is going to be 10, 8 is 13, and 11 is 16, adding 5 to each of those, right? Plus 5. So my actual ordered pairs, 0, 5, 5, 10, 8, 13, 11, 16. All right, so make sure you got those down because that's what we're getting ready to plot on our grid. All right, so if you need to pause it right here, you can pause it right here. Make sure you got your 2 tables filled in. All right, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Oop, other way. All right, so let's notice something here. Can you guys tell me what's the biggest number you see on your X? I see a 13. 13 is the biggest, right? So I need to make sure that I go at least to 13 down here on my X. And what's my biggest Y? Looks like 16. So I need to make sure I go at least up to 16 on my Y. Okay, now I'm going to decide to count by ones. You can decide to count by whatever you'd like, and you might need to count by something different later on in these pages. But for this, we're just going to count by ones. Okay, so I'm going to start here at 0. Remember, this is my X, and put X here, and this is my Y up here. So I'm just going to count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We said that 13 was the biggest one, so I want to make sure. Now, please notice that each of my lines are lined up with a number. The numbers aren't in between. Each number is lined up perfectly with one of the lines. All right, we said that 16 needed to happen going up, so let's see if we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Perfect. So I can go above 16 right there. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my black line, which is my line A. And I'm gonna plot each of these points right here. And I'm gonna then connect my line. All right, so go ahead and do that while I'm doing it on my screen. So 1, 3, over 1, up 3, dot, over 5, up 7, dot, over 9, up 11, and over 13, up 15. All right, I've got those 4. I can now connect them. You might want to use a ruler or a straight edge to make your line really straight. I'll make my best as I can. All right, so there's my 4 points for line A. And now I'm going to plot my points for line B. So I'm going to look up here at my coordinate grid points over here and plot these. All right, so 0, 5, 0, 5, 5, 10, 8, 13, and 11, 16. All right, so take a look at those 2 lines. I've got my black line, which is line A, and my purple line, which is line B. And notice how my lines are kind of similar. Like what I notice here is that my values over here on my purple line are a little bit bigger, making my line higher up, but they're both steadily increasing, and they're both increasing by about the same amount, okay? So compare and contrast these 2 lines. So I can say that I notice both lines increase. I notice the purple line, or line B, let's say, has greater values. So I'm going to say it has greater values. And what I mean by that is that each of the different points that I have here are just a little bit higher on the Y. So when I say greater Y, I'm going to say has greater Y values. Let's be even more specific. Has greater Y values, because that's why they're a little bit higher up. Okay. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to have several different papers here. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to let you look at the whole thing. So you're going to come up with both of your tables. You're going to plot your 2 different lines. And then what do you notice? So something that's similar, what compare them, something similar. And then what is something that's a little bit different between both lines? So you're going to see here on page 54, you're going to do the same thing. Oh, you got to look at this word right here, twice as much. You have to turn and talk about twice as much. Half of X. Think about what is half of X. Remember, half is dividing by 2, twice is multiplying by 2. You're going to do the same thing for page 55. Page 56. Page 57. And page 59. So there's a lot of actual work that you guys are going to be doing today independently. So make sure you're looking at each of these carefully and look at this submission slide to make sure that you're turning everything in properly. So your teacher's probably going to be giving you now a half an hour to really be looking at this, because this video wasn't very long. You have plenty of time to look at each of these, make your different charts, plot your points. You and your teacher can do page 54 together. If you need extra guidance, extra support, they can go over here to page 2, which is page 54, and go over this one so you guys are really prepared of what this looks like moving forward. All right, so good luck getting these papers completed, and make sure you get them submitted when you're finished.